Gail Davis. I remember being interested in art even as a small child. My mother was a painter. She always had art supplies around, and we were always making something either out of mud or buttons or paint, or something was always being created. I first became interested or exposed to clay in high school when my mother signed me up for a pottery class at a local arts community center where local artists taught classes in painting or pottery, some stone sculpture. They had a great program, similar to something that we're trying to do here. And that's where I first learned how to throw pottery, or was just first exposed to pottery techniques, which I kind of held on to a little bit through high school and into college. Still did the same thing with the money I got for our wedding. I bought a pottery wheel and eventually was given a kiln, and so tried to keep up with pottery, just through the year.
There's one lonely shadow tonight through my window. Silence makes a cold, lonesome sound. I'm thinking, I'm drinking, I'm sinking so low, just like that old sun going down. I've had too much time on my hands since you're gone, chained to your memory, chilled to the bone. How long can this heartbreaking keep hanging on? Blue moon rising,
So after high school, I attended Auburn University in Auburn, Alabama. I do have a bachelor's degree in fine art. While my concentration was in painting, my main interest has been sculpture and clay as a medium in general. So the pottery class that I took in high school was in the late 80s. So I've been doing pottery for 30 years now, and just clay in general. 10 years ago, I started doing mosaics as kind of a way to cope with some empty nest syndrome when my son went away to college. And I really enjoyed that because it's something that, well, first it took up a lot of minutes of the day, so I didn't have to think about the empty house. And I really liked the results, and so that's what I kind of focused on as far as my art. The past probably 10 years, I do mostly clay mosaics. I make my own tiles. Lately I've been experimenting with mixing the glass and the clay with the mosaics, and so that's a lot of fun and exciting. I'll probably keep doing that. A lot of students start the class not knowing what their own capabilities are, and so the most wonderful thing that I see is that they all exceed their capabilities. I like when somebody shoots for something a little bit above their skill set, and then they're able to achieve that with a little help, and it just gets them started on hopefully a lifelong love of clay like I've had and learning. It's just the most versatile medium. I mean, there's something primal, about it. It's probably the first artistic medium there was. And it's utilitarian, it's beautiful, so I love everything about it, and I want everybody to love everything about it too. But the students are really, I think I learned just as much from the students as hopefully they're learning from me, and just their fearlessness is wonderful. It makes me take chances. The things that they actually succeed at, some things I think might break that don't, and just their courage is really a wonderful thing to see. My experience through that art center and kind of what we're trying to do here, which is like I say, my interest was first sparked at this art community center, and that's why I'm just so excited and pleased and just on fire to have something similar here where we have painting classes and clay making classes and eventually maybe glass blowing or metal sculpture, songwriting, just all kinds of arts things for the community. And I think that's a wonderful expression of love for your community is to teach your skills to the next set. And so I'm glad to be trying to carry on that tradition that was given me to try to share with other people too.
There's one lonely shadow tonight through my window. Silence
I think failure is a very important part of the art process. I think you learn a lot more from the failures than you do from good advice and the successes that you have. And so, I think if you're not failing sometimes, I just think you're not trying hard enough to push the limits of, to push the boundaries of your own possibilities. So I'm not scared of failure. I don't like it, but it's a good thing.
I've had too much time on my hands since you're gone. Chained to your memory, chilled to the bone. How long can this heartbreaking keep hanging on?